Hello friend, Coach Sogo here. I am so glad you're joining me today. We have a total body strength and ab workout for today. A little bit of high intensity mixed in here as well. The theme today is AMRAPs, as many rounds as possible. So get your grit on. Your equipment needs today are yoga mat, 2 sets of weights. I've got a 15 set and a 20 set. However, part of it's shoulders, so you may need to modify on that according to what you're able to push overhead. And a Tabata timer, as well as a step, bench, or chair that you're gonna be stepping up on. All right, set that first Tabata timer for 9 intervals. We've got 3 exercises 3 times, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds rest. First up, I'm gonna go a 15 for wood chopper. So this is basically a squat, but as we are coming from overhead, we're gonna bring the weight to the knee. All right, just pushing your booty back. So take it into a squat, bring the weight to your knee, back up overhead, and switch. Other knee. So just get a little chop there. All right, next up is our toe reach with the dumbbell. So take it to your mat. We've got our feet extended, heels straight up to the ceiling, arms straight, lift, push the weight to your toes. All right, option here is to have bent knees as you crunch, and then body weight for our last one. All right, so find a little forward lane. We're gonna take a big leap forward, shoot the 3-point shot, jog back, or step it, go into a calf raise, and jog back. Hitting my weight. All right, so leap forward, shoot the basket, run back, backwards jog for your third one. 3 times through, and you should be good and warm. All right, now you're only gonna need a timer. Set your timer for 12 minutes, working down to 0, and you're gonna work through these 4 exercises as many times as you can. Repeat until the time expires. So the goal is to go from one to the next, to the next, to the next, and then take a short breather or a sip of water before you start back again, keeping them pretty close together. So I'm gonna take my 15s in hand. We've got 20 total step ups. Basically our pyramid is 20, 15, 10, and 5 for our AMRAP. So taking a big step up, bring the other foot up to match, and then back down. That first lead leg is the last one coming back down. So you're gonna get 10 on one side before you switch 10 to the other side. Stand tall, squeeze your glutes on the way up. Lying tricep extension. I'm gonna go ahead and take it to the floor, but you can also do this on your bench if you've got one. So just bring your heels in. We're gonna separate your weights about shoulder width apart. From here, keep those elbows pointed to the ceiling, weights to shoulder, and drive back to the top. All right, all about the pinch. Keep them parallel to each other, and elbows pointed straight up. All right, your option is just to reduce the weight. Then we're going to thruster busters after those 15. Keep in mind 15 is a pretty big number, so pick your weight accordingly. Thrusters for 10, bring your weights to your shoulder. We're going about hip distance or slightly more apart. We're going to a big squat all the way into that deep squat. Push your knees apart, booty back, chest up, and overhead press. Squat, press, reset. All right, your option, if you're not going overhead, is to drop one weight and do a squat to a front press as your option. And then walk out plank to plank jack. So this is body weight. So standing tall, we're gonna take a squat first. Better make sure I'm in the camera. Take a squat. Walk it out to plank position. From here, plank jack. Walk back in, pretty straight legs, and stand. Okay, your option there is to walk out to the plank and then step your feet out and in with a little slower on the plank jack. That's for 5. All right, we're gonna finish all of those rounds until you expire 12 minutes, so we're going to another AMRAP. This time starting with either a dumbbell or a kettlebell swing. I've got that option here. If you're doing a swing, we're taking our feet slightly wider. This is for 20. We're gonna hinge and pop, all posterior chain. So not too much of a bend to the knees, just a slight bend into hinge. All right, the option is to use a dumbbell. Same thing, hinge, pop. Just hold on to that weight. You don't want to slip out of your fingers. Okay, 20 there. Going into deadlifts. I'm gonna go with the 20s here because hamstrings can handle a lot. All right, so we got weights in front of your quads. Knees are just a little bit soft, feet right underneath your hips. Rolling them down to mid-shin, booty back, and all the way back up, squeeze your glutes on the drive back up. All right, your option here is to just reduce your range of motion and not go quite as deep. Okay, then we're going into standing bicep curl to overhead press. This is for 10. So we're going into a standard curl first with our palms facing out. We got a bicep curl. We rotate, overhead press, keep your belly tight, down, rotate, and back down to your quads. So make sure you're not hinging as you go overhead, keep everything solid. Bicep curl, rotate, overhead press, rotate, and back down. We've got 10. Ball burpee. This is the burpee with the push-up in it. All right, so we're going down to your burpee zone. Hands down, jump back, drop into your push-up, jump in, and explode. Your option here is to squat, walk it back, drop it to your knees, get the push-up, pop it up, jump in or walk it in, stand, or jump at the top. 5 of those. All right, repeat until time. Last AMRAP. As many rows as possible. Starting with jump lunge. So, let's see. I'm gonna need this mat, I'll just leave it here. All right, so starting with feet underneath your hips, we're gonna step back into that reverse lunge and then jump. 1, 2, 3. We're going for 20 total. Your option, step it back, that's 1. Step it back, drop the knee, that's 2. All right, 20 total. Front squats. We're gonna rack the weights at your shoulders. We're going feet wider than hips. We're gonna drop into your squat, push your booty back, chest proud, knees apart, weight in your heels. We've got 15 squats. Reverse mountain climber, body weight, 10 total. We're coming down into our hip bridge. We're gonna lift up, keeping it here, driving your knee toward your chest. 1, 2, for a total of 10. Your option here is to just keep here and lift or lower without the knee drive. Push your palms into the floor. It's a cross between a crab walk and a hip thrust. Okay, and then we're going into our final exercise of the AMRAP. So take your weights and put them on end so they can stand upright. Have enough room that your heels can come in here together. This is mostly abs, but a little bit of hip flexors as well. So push your heels together, lean back into it. We're gonna arch over the dumbbell, back to center, arch left, back to center. That's 1. So right, center, left, center, 2. We've got 5 of those. All right, the option here is to reduce your range of motion so you don't have to go quite as high by setting your weights down. Okie doke. Now we've got an ab Tabata to finish this out. So set your Tabata timer for 6 intervals. We've got 30 on, 15 off. We've got body weight, single leg V-ups to start. So we're starting with ourself on the mat, our hands extended. Climb all the way up and touch your toe. Head down, all the way up, touch your toe. Your option here is to do a basic crunch. Then we're going into a Russian twist. So heels in, grab your weight, glue it to your chest. You can cross your knees, ankles if you want to. Right here, side to side, slow and controlled, getting that rotation. And then dead body weight on your back. Knees are bent. We're gonna start with alternating arm and leg going backwards. Keep the other hand pointed up. Low back tight to the floor the whole time. Extend, reset, extend, reset. All right, keep your back down so no air comes underneath. We're gonna get those twice to finish up your ab block, and that will do it for today. You are a champion, my friend. Talk to you soon. Bye.